Assalamu alaikum, my dear beloved brothers and sisters in Allah. Today we're going to talk about who is this Imam Sudais, as famous as he is. But first we want to remind ourselves of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that on the Day of Judgment we're joining those that we love. And as such, everyone such as Imam Sudais that memorizes the Quran and loves Allah and gives da'wah, we love them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah protect them and protect each and every one of you. In the beautiful day of February 10th, 1960, in a city called Al-Qasim, a part of it known as Unayza, was the birth of Imam Sudais. His father's name is Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah, and the family name is Al-Sudais. As such, the full name of the Imam is Al-Sheikh Abdul Rahman ibn Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah Al-Sudais. And subhanAllah, he was raised in a pious family, and as such, at the young age of 12 years old, Imam Sudais memorized the Quran. His family moved to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where he joined Al-Muthanna bin Al-Harith Elementary School in Riyadh, and then later on joined what was known as the Riyadh Scientific Institution, where he graduated in 1979 with grades of excellence. Very interestingly, one of the classmates of Imam Sudais is a very famous Imam as well, called A'id al-Qarni, and they used to compete as to who got the first place, as they both were beyond talented, mashallah. In 1983, Imam Sudais graduated with a degree in Sharia from Riyadh University, which was also known as Jami'at al-Malik Saud University of King Saud. Later on, he went to pursue a master's degree in Islamic fundamentals from the Sharia College of Imam Muhammad ibn Saud in 1987. A man that is so pious, mashallah, tabarakallah, and always seeking knowledge. It wasn't but shortly after that, in 1995, that he got his PhD in Islamic Sharia from Jami'at al-Qura, the University of al-Qura, which is Mecca. And as such, he was qualified as an assistant professor at Riyadh University. Beyond anyone's furthest imagination, Imam Sudais, mashallah, had an amazing and continues to have an amazing, very powerful, very beautiful, very touching, graceful voice when he recited the Quran. And as such, in 1984, at the age of 24, Imam Sudais was chosen to be one of the Imams of Al-Haram al-Makki.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Of course, at the young age of 24, he was a junior Imam under the leadership of an Imam that have led the Haram of Mecca over 40 years, known as Al-Imam Al-Khulayfi.
استووا اعتدلوا استووا الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Very famous Imam. Imam al-Khulayfi was the Imam of Mecca, of Haram, over 40 years. What a lot of people don't realize is the famous dua of Tahajjud and Taraweeh that we ask, وَلَا تَدَعْ لَنَا ذَنْبًا إِلَّا غَفَرْتَهُ وَلَا هَمًّا إِلَّا فَرَّجْتَهُ وَلَا كَرْبًا إِلَّا نَفَّثْتَهُ, was actually first implemented by that Imam.
اللهم فرج هم المهمومين ونفس كرب المكروبين واقض الدين عن المدينين واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وسلم الحجاج والمعتمرين والمسافرين في برك وبحرك وجوا من المسلمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
For being the Imam of Mecca for over 40 years. But under his wings, he was the mentor of Imam Sudais until he passed away. During the years, Imam Sudais built amazing bonds, the friendly and gracious Imam that he was with all the Imams of Haram. And actually there are two Imams known as the twins of the Haram, which is Imam Sudais and Imam Shuraim, because they were the Imams for a long time together. From 1994 to 2006, they were very famous for their qira'at and their tarawih prayers together. As Imam Shuraim left for a while and came back again, and they led in 2014 and 2019 and 2020, and as such were given the nickname Twins of Al-Haram. What a lot of people do not realize is the family of Sudais is one that is passionate and loves the Quran, and as such the brother of Imam Sudais was actually an Imam in Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi in Al-Madinah. He was the Imam for some time. Imam Sudais is married to one of the girls from their family by the name of Fatima bint Ali al-Sudais, and together, mashallah, tabarakallah, they have 9 children, 5 daughters and 4 sons. May Allah bless them and their family and all of our families. A lot of people might know Imam Sudais from leading the khutbah in Haram and leading the tarawih and leading the prayers, but what a lot of people do not realize is how amazing of an ambassador to Islam he is. For he's known to have traveled all over the world, to Pakistan, to the United States of America, to England, Europe, Africa, always spreading the love of the Quran with a beautiful voice and da'wah and helping and supporting Muslim communities all over the world. To no surprise, in 2005, Imam Sudais received the prize of Islamic Personality of the Year, which was the 9th annual Dubai International Holy Quran Award. It's a very prestigious and it's a great award. Imam Sudais thanked them very graciously, and there's a lot of money that's given to that personality, and yet Imam Sudais rejected the money and just said, include me in your du'as and prayers. An amazing sign of sincerity. As of today, he stands to be one of the highest Imams, as his duties include being the chief Imam and Khatib of Al-Masjid Al-Haram in Mecca, and also being the president of the general presidency of the affairs of the 2 holy mosques. So decisions about hiring imams and keeping imams and all the matters regarding to the imams of both Mecca and Medina falls under the role of now the senior, most gracious Imam, Sheikh Abdul Rahman ibn Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah al-Sudais. And one last and final wisdom and an interesting story was in the TV interview with Imam Sudais was asked about how he became the Imam of Mecca. How was that even possible? And he mentioned a very interesting story in his childhood that he was very naughty. He was a little bit tough as a little child. And whenever his mother was upset, she would raise her hand and say, "May Allah make you the Imam of Haram." So instead of cursing her child or getting angry at him, she will raise her hands and say, "May Allah make you the Imam of Haram." And sure enough, Allah has accepted that prayer that he became the Imam of Haram. So if you have children, never get angry and pray against them, and always pray for them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect each and every one of you. And thank you for joining us in this journey. We hope you'll join us for the next one when we visit another Imam and Hafiz.